Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about the type of documents that you need to present when you want to apply for your visa after you might have gained your admission into university, or in some cases maybe you are coming on a spousal visit and you want to apply for visa. Although I'm not going to talk about that because I think that right now the new law is that if you are coming to meet your spouse, you should apply for temporary resident permit. So what I'm going to be talking about will be based on if you are a student and you are given admission to an Estonian school. So the documents that you must present when you want to apply for your visa, depending on how you want to apply for that visa. Now, let me explain that. If you want to apply for the visa as a personal person, like you are the one that want to sponsor yourself, there are some type of documents that you need to present. But if it is somebody else that is going to sponsor you, there are some specific documents that you need to provide as well. But if it is somebody else that is providing the sponsorship for you, it can be in two ways. It's either it is an individual person that want to sponsor you, or it is a company that want to sponsor you. So if it's an individual person that want to sponsor you, then there are specific documents that you need to provide. But if it is a company that wants to sponsor you, there are some specific documents you need to provide as well. Although, don't get me wrong, there are general documents for every form of sponsorship, but there are also specific documents, like I've mentioned before. So that is basically what I want to be talking about today. Now, for example, when I came to Estonia in 2016, I came through sponsorship by a company. This company is my dad's company. So the name of the company includes my surname. So they know that it's like my dad is sponsoring me through his company. So that was what I used in my own time. But some of you might have like a brother or an uncle or a sister or an auntie, or your parents wants to sponsor you, or even you want to sponsor yourself. So there are specific documents that is attached to the way you want to be sponsored when you are coming to Estonia. So that is what I'm going to be talking about today. Now, I'm going to be using the list of documents that I used in my own time for you guys, because I will base my discussion today on the document that I submitted in my own time. Even though I'm going to be giving you some specific documents for each uh, method or model of application for your visa. For example, when you want to apply for a visa, you need your personal documents. That one is the first thing. Either you are doing it by yourself or you are doing it through a company. You must provide personal documents. And first thing on the list, your international passport. That one you must provide it. When you are making photocopy, you must do the photocopy of the data page. Although, since they are going to collect your international passport from you, so your international passport in general is the first requirement that you need. Then you know that you are going to fill the visa form online, so you have to print the already filled visa form online and make sure that you fill the right form, because there are D-visa application form and there is C-visa application form. So I think in the case of a student, you need to fill the D-visa application form. So make sure that you fill the right form online on the website of that specific Estonian embassy that you are going, the specific country. So that's the application form you are going to fill. Then you are going to need to authenticate all your educational documents. You have to go to Abuja to go and do the authentication. I don't know if they are doing it in Lagos, but the best and easiest way for you to do it is to do it in Abuja. You are going to authenticate in the Ministry of Education, and you are also going to authenticate at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Abuja. Of course, if you don't want to travel, there are some people that can do it for you, and you are going to pay them. So they will help you to do all the runnings or going to Ministry of Education, going to Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and you don't need to lift a finger. So you just have to send them your original document. But I want you to understand that that is actually risky because this is your original document. You know, if anything happened to it, then it's going to be a little bit of problem before you can retrieve them back. So I think that the best thing is for you to go by yourself or to send it to sure person, somebody that is very sure, or maybe you have a family there. But if you are not clear on all those options that I gave you, then it's better for you to go there all by yourself. So that's you need to do that. Then your own pay slip. If you are working, you need at least 3 months pay slip. It can be between 3 months to 6 months. It depends on you. Then if you are working as well, you need your employment letter. Then your personal statement, your statement of account, you need like at least 3 months statement of account as well to prove that the money they will find out if actually you are earning a salary on a monthly basis. And then you need an account balance for your own personal if you are sponsoring yourself, the account balance that you need must be more than the amount of your 1 year school fees. So just for you to understand, if your statement of account, as in personal statement of account, is going to be acceptable if you are sponsoring yourself, then you must have at least 2 years school fees a month in your bank account. For example, if your school fees is 6,000 euros, you must have like 12,000 euros in your bank account as a proof. Or if you have paid your first year school fees, then the amount in your bank statement must be at least the amount of your 1 year school fees. You understand? So, for example, if your school fees is 6,000 euros per year and you have paid your 6,000 euros for the first year before you travel, then the amount in your statement of account must not be less than the equivalent of the 6,000 euros that is your 1 year school fees. I mean, something like representing the second year school fees, if you understand what I mean. Now, if that is the case, then you have to present the receipt or the evidence that you have paid your first year school fees. I know that a university like University of Tartu, you don't need to pay your school fees before arriving in Estonia. I don't know if they have changed it now or if they are going to change it now because every year they used to change their method and everything. All the universities here in Europe, they are subject to change on a yearly basis. You understand? So I don't know. Maybe they are going to change the way they do it. But I know that as at the last time I checked, you don't need to pay for school fees until you arrive in Estonia. I think that you will even be given up to a month after the section has started before you have the deadline of paying your first year school fees. But things change, so don't bank on that. You might be required to pay your school fees in advance, so you have to present the receipt of that school fees, and then the school is going to send you the acknowledgement that they have received the school fees as well. Then you have to take that along with you as well. Then your admission letter or admission notification through your email. So you have to add it to your document as well. You need that document. Then the confirmation of admission letter. So you are going to request that your school should send the confirmation of your admission to the embassy where you are going. So they will be notified that yes, this so person is coming for visa appointment, and we have given him admission. He has fulfilled all the things that we need. He has satisfied everything. So please give him the visa. So you know that kind of thing. So you have to request that the school should send that to the embassy. Then they should send you a copy as well. So you are going to print a copy as well, and you are going to take it to the embassy. So they will compare it and see that it is genuine. So you need that. Now I'm checking this long list because my own method of application for visa is different because I said sponsorship. So there are some documents I don't want to call. Then you are going to print out the Estonian embassy interview date. But nowadays, what they request for you to get an interview date is that you should send them an email. You can actually print the email of their reply that of when they of the day or the date they gave you, so that is just necessary so that there won't be argument like, okay, do you have appointment today, yes or no, or something like that. So when they see that copy of their email telling you that this so date is your interview, so they will know without questioning you further. Then your birth certificate, original and photocopy. All the documents you are presenting, anyone that is original, you must you must also make a photocopy because you are going to submit the photocopy to them, but they have to check the original as well to compare that, okay, this is a legit document. So they will be sure. So then if you're actually going for masters, then they need your NYSC certificate as well. Just put it there, at least you have it. So take the original and do a photocopy of it, take it to them. um Certificate of origin, if you have it. I mean, see, the issue is that documents are not too much. You understand? Don't ever think that documents are too much. Documents are usually not too much. Give them everything that you can lay your hands on that is useful for your application, so that they will not have any excuse. As much document as you can present to them that is useful for your visa application. So in my own case, I gave them my birth certificate, I gave them my certificate of origin, I gave them my NYSC certificate because I came to study masters, and I gave them my IELTS test report form. Then I gave them my evidence of use of English language as the language of instruction from University of Ilorin. If you can lay your hands on all those things, please get them, do the photocopy, give it to them and the embassy, so that your application will be solid. So that is that for personal documents that you need. So if you are going there personally, these are the documents you need. But if you are using sponsors, like I mentioned earlier, there are two types of sponsors you can have. Either sponsorship through your friends and family, or through a company. Now, I told you that in my own case, I was sponsored, although by my dad, but through my dad's company. So you have to provide documents that the company has. But if it's an individual, the documents you must provide for an individual sponsor, you have to provide the person's statement of account, very, very important. And the statement of account must be massive, like more than enough. In fact, enough to take care of you for all the years that you are going to study, including school fees and then the amount you are going to use for upkeep. So the person must have that amount in his account, which means that it must not be less than 10 million naira. I mean, just take that from me. For 2023 admission, if you are using a sponsor, the amount in the account must not be less than 10 million naira. And then the cash flow must be constant. It's not like you just carry 10 million and put it once like that and you expect that okay, they see 10 million and we accept it. No, these people are psychologists and they understand that when you just put the money there, probably you borrow the money. So my advice for you will be that if you want to do like 3 months, let's assume you want to do like April, May, June. You understand? April, May, June for the statement of account. Now, all those money, make sure that the money you want to use has entered that account in March. Do you understand? The money has entered their account in March, right? Now, April, May, June, it will be showing increment in balances. You can do like maybe 5 million. You should put 5 million in the month of March. Then in the month of April, you can put like maybe 1.5 million. In the month of May, 1.5 million. In the month of June, 2 million, so that the money will now be complete and it will not be like it is somewhere within the 3 months that you just put the money into your account once. You get what I'm saying? So make sure that the money is in your account before the number of months that you want to print. So that will be the advice. But I think that the most ideal case is for you to print up to 6 months of your statement of account for sponsors if you are using sponsors. So and make sure that the account is progressing, progressing, progressing. Not like you are just putting massive money there and then nothing enters, like, you understand. So let's make sure that there is a kind of salary or profit entering that company account on a monthly basis or maybe weekly basis or something. Like money is going in, coming out, going in, coming out, but the balance is in that region that you will need to prove your availability of money in your sponsor's account. Then the person that is sponsoring you or the company that is sponsoring you is going to write letter of sponsorship on letterhead paper if it is a company. But if it is not a company, if it is an individual, the person can just write it and print it, typing and printing, then the person will sign. But if it is a company, the company must write on the company's letterhead paper with stamp and signature. Then you are going to make the photocopy. So, but if it is an individual that is sponsoring you, you will also make the photocopy of the person's international passport. You understand now? The person's international passport or work ID card, the ID card from the work of the person or international passport. So you are going to make a photocopy of that. Then if it is a company, you must get the photocopy of the certificate of incorporation of that company. You must be able to get it for the embassy. Certificate of incorporation of that company. Then the tax clearance card and 3 years tax receipt. For all these documents, you cannot get the original because they don't expect the sponsor or the company to give you original documents. So it's only the photocopy that you need. So for today, that is what I'm going to talk about. So if you are going to be sponsored or if it's a personal document, so those are the documents you need to get. As soon as you get your admission letter, start getting all these documents. You understand? So that you'll be able to apply for your visa very fast. So if there is any delay, there will be time for you to kind of augment or to supply more documents if they need it and stuff. So always make sure that you do something early so that it will not be too late or something like that. Or maybe the time you're supposed to resume will have gone. And in fact, all those things used to cause a kind of disadvantage self for the approval of your visa. So I hope for the best for all of you, and I believe that whatever you want to achieve is possible for you to achieve. So I'm going to be seeing you next time. For now, peace out.